Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Is It Worth It, a series where I share my review and my opinion for different video games that I have experienced. Today's video is about Attack on Titan 2, the final battle, which similar to the first game is based on one of the most popular anime series ever. Now, I played the first game, and in fact I reviewed it earlier last year, but due to the fact that the final season is currently airing, me and the boys downloaded the second game. The game was developed by Omega Force and was released in 2018, with the final battle, which is essentially the second game plus the DLC, a year later in 2019. I always thought the second game and the first were pretty much copy-paste, but was I wrong? Or was I proven wrong? Before reviewing the game, I believe it's important to explain what is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is a series where the humanity goes up against giant genderless carnivores who seem to be trying to extinct humanity. To counter this, the human race developed the Omnigear, a weapon that can shoot anchors in order to allow them to elevate with the help of some special gas, and use two blades to cut the back part of the Titan's neck, which is their weakest point. As the series progressed, a lot happened that pretty much changed the entire story. Unlike the first game, the sequel tells the story of the first two seasons, but through the eyes of the player's custom hero. The game went out of its way to make the hero feel like a part of that story. The nameless hero has his own origin and his own story written down, so the majority of the events will occur one way or another. What the players controls is their popularity with the cast and their skills on the battlefield. As I mentioned, the story covers the events of the first two seasons of the anime and delivers its own unique ending, similar to the first game, which doesn't mess with the canon, however, it damn look cool. Basically, the ending of the game is a what if Zeke listened to Reiner and in turn to help Annie. The tale of Attack on Titan 2 is being told through in-game cutscenes, dialogues, and of course side-by-side CGI recreations of scenes in the anime. New to this is the fact that there's also first-person camera angles when the cast or the action is going through your character's eyes. With the addition of the final battle or the DLC, the players get also to experience the entire Season 3. However, unlike the main story, the cutscenes are mainly motion pictures with narrating, or the avatar standing on a location while giant squares with the hero's face pop up while they're talking. It should be mentioned though that epic scenes like Levi vs Kenny or Levi vs Beast Titan do get a full-on CGI scene. As far as the story go, with the exception of the main character being involved, the facts are completely accurate. Furthermore, in episode mode, where the Season 3 is, there is also other episodes that covers the story through other heroes' eyes who might have been close to the events. For example, what were the rest of the scouts doing while Levi faced Kenny? There's also episodes that focus on the warrior's journey, such as Annie's point of view when she chased after Eren, which is pretty much a novel written and an OVA for the anime, or how the trio of Reiner, Bertolt and Ymir escaped the Titan's chase. Last but not least, story's important factor is that it can be enjoyed in co-op with up to one friend. Finishing the story mode unlocks Inferno mode, which is a harder version of the story. The basic code of the gameplay is still the same, but it has seen some major improvements. First of all, the roster increased from 10 to 45. However, it's fair to say that approximately 35 of them are just reskins of the hero. Titan shifters are reskin of others with the different specials, and acronyms are acronyms. The main element is the character's main hero. The player gets to customize their character for a small yet decent character editor and get to equip him with abilities gained in the hub world. The idea is that your hero interacts with the main cast, and when building their friendship levels with the right dialogue options, gifts, and rewards during fights, they get to get new abilities such as strength, dexterity, double dash, multi-attack, and etc. Each of the main cast has a unique story with the hero, such as Levi being his mentor and teaching him how to return items of corpses to their respective families. Sasha is having a complex about her accent, Mikasa is trying to open up about her origin story, Historia needs help volunteering, Jean's mom relationship scene in the OVA, and others. Pretty much every hero has something learned or learned from the hero. The characters feel so alive in the scene as he is a part of their life. Social interactions are part of the game and boost the character. In the hub world, the player can also visit stores, train with the scouts, and arrange to go on mini expeditions. The game outside the hub world is fundamentally the same, with plenty of improvements. The game starts by dropping you into a huge sandbox. There's a fair amount of maps to play, which is nice things to have. Once you start the mission, you are free to do whatever you like. On the minimap on the right, there is a red exclamation mark. The mark represents the main event. Once you move to that area, your main enemy of the mission will appear, and the moment you kill him, the game is over, unless it's a story event, which upon completion might spawn a different one. However, it is not recommended to go straight there because you won't get enough points, materials, and etc. Unless all you want to do is finish the game, then go ahead. The minimap will also have green exclamation marks, which acts as side missions. Side missions are mostly in the form of kill the Titan, escort that person in different areas, or even protect civilians who are there. Successfully dealing with the green signals will allow you to regroup that person in your team. These green signals are mostly main characters from the series. New to the game is the yellow flares. The basic idea is that some of the heroes don't make it across the 2 seasons. Characters like Nanaba are meant to die in the tower defense. However, once you finish the story mode, the hero is allowed to replay the mission, and eventually a yellow flare will appear in the sky. Successfully dealing with the yellow flare will allow the hero to escape their doom and spawn them back in the hub world. When they're in the hub world, the player can interact with them and gain skills that they might have lost during the original story. The gameplay, similar to all games in genre, is very simple. You lock on an enemy, you can change the target to find the preferable option. Once you find it, you dash towards the Titan and slice that limb off. If your character has chain attacks, you can continue to spam the button and to do multiple attacks. There is no need to relock or anything else. Interactions within the game can happen with heroes to regroup them, ride horses, build bases, use bases, and increase the ammo. The Titans come in various size and various speed levels. They have 5 different health bars, 4 limbs and 1 for the neck. You can chop them, but unless you kill the neck, the dead limbs will regrow within a specific time. The Titans try to kill the NPC alongside yourself, and they also destroy them up. Let me tell you this, similar to the other game, this game has a destructive environment that is like 10 out of 10. Normal Titans can deal damage to you by grappling you. If your team doesn't help you once you're grabbed, you have to spam the attack button in order to break free. But don't worry, normal Titans are nothing to be scared of. However, the final kill or the black signal, aka the decisive signal, are different. Last but not least, some of the limbs of the Titans have a rock symbol onto them, which means that upon chopping it, the character will obtain a crafting material. New to the game is the base structures, the assist, the perfect dodges, and the sneak attacks. Assist existed in the old game, but it wasn't a useful mechanic as it does in the second one. Each hero who joins the team has a small symbol below their face. Blade means that individual will attack the target, Sun means the hero will shoot a stun grenade, Healing Bottle will heal the player, Blades and Up Arrow means that they will boost the team's confidence, very similar to the hero's ultimate attack. There are certain individuals who are ranked with A and S rank who are stronger. Their assist will be extremely powerful, such as chopping 2 limbs, chopping the neck, completely destroying the Titan, and stuff like that. However, the game balances it with increasing the cooldown time. Certain heroes will attack the neck, such as Connie and John. Others will capture Titans, such as Sasha and Hanji. Others will remove the limbs, such as Petra. Others will remove the limbs and slice the neck, such as Levi and Mikasa. Furthermore, Titan shifters will transform into Titans to assist you and will allow the player to control them. These are Ymir, Reiner, Annie, Eren, and even the Colossal Titan, but he'll just do an explosion. If the Titan grabs the player and they have assist to call, then the hero that was called an assist will kill the Titan and help the player get off his grab. Perfect dodge speaks for itself. If the player perfect dodges the Titan, they can trigger a cutscene where they will dodge the attack and slice the neck. Capturing Titans allows the character to catch Titan in order to level up the laboratory, which unlock different types of bomb. For example, you will start the game without any smoke bombs, but when you level up the base, Hanji is able to develop those bombs to help you escape attacks and stuff like that. Sneak attacks allows the hero to snipe at a Titan by aiming, latching towards them, and trigger a cutscene, which deals a lot of damage. Last but not least, the base structure makes a return and offers a variety of constructions. Some gather crafting materials, others attack manually or automatically, the Titans, others boost the hero's abilities, and etc etc. Each time the player constructs a base, they'll get ammo back. If that wasn't enough, with the addition of the final battle, the players are rewarded with the ability to use the Thunder Spears, which are the special of certain heroes, and as you can guess, they are destructive projectiles that destroy all limbs of the Titan, including the neck. The second and more mainstream is the anti-personal ODM gear, which replaces the blades with guns. Similar to the anime, maneuvering is slightly different than the normal ODM. and the player has to shoot the Titan instead of slicing them. The game also went out of its way to introduce 4 different killing ammo. The player will simply have to approach a base and swap his blades with guns in order to use them. In case of not wanting the guns, the player can also interact again with the base to change back to the blades. The last option, solely with the final battle, is the territory recover mode. It's more like a strategy game where the player gets to build a team, move on a chess-like board, and try to recover the lost land. The player should always make sure to have enough forces, enough equipment to venture outside. Overall, the game is far superior than the original, with far more improvements and additions to its gameplay. If anyone's considering to buy the game, Final Battle is the version they should purchase. The game story can be full-on experiences with a co-op, with one friend, or play with up to 3 people in another mode. The online mode also offers a versus mode, where 4 players play against other 4. The goal is to kill more Titans than the opponents. The 2 problems I personally have with the game is A, the roster, although it's bigger than the first one, it doesn't feel different like they used to do in the old game. They went with quantity over quality. The second, and more annoying, is the fact that the boss Titans feel way too easy than their older selves. To elaborate, each Titan boss had a way to be dealt with. When facing the female Titan, the player had to attack the limbs that were not crystallized. On the armor Titan, the player had to attack the skin of the Titan and not the bones. And in order to attack the Beast Titan, the player will simply have to burn the entire hair of the Beast Titan in order to expose its body. On the sequel, the boss fights simply require to attack one of the glowing limbs in order to stun them. Not decapitate it, not nothing, just simply attack it once and then you can attack the neck. I don't know if Inferno mode changes something, I'm yet to try it, but in both games, each mission has a level of difficulty, 1 star up to I think 12. So each time when you're facing a 12th mission, you should have been able to fight a difficult boss fight instead of just simply attack the glowing limb and kill the Titan. This is the only thing I'm really annoyed with. It made the game far too easy. Honestly, the game is pretty good and vastly superior than the OG. I was personally wrong with the game and I'm glad I was proven wrong. It has its flaws, but it's a great game for the series. The cutscenes are done really good, honestly top tier. The music is not as memorable as the anime tracks, but hey, they do a decent job and its gameplay is simply fun. As it offers more gameplay materials, the game does not feel as repetitive as its predecessor, but I only clocked in 34 hours, so who knows. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can always visit my website for more information about the game, as I don't want to bore you in the video and I'm just covering the basics. Tell me in the comments below if you played the game, and if you did, which hero you used the most, not counting the OC. Since you're down there, which hero is your favorite from the series? For me, it always has been Levi. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. See ya!